At the end of day 3, we arrived at Joshua Tree National Park in California. We stayed at Spin and Margie's Desert Hideaway for the 2 nights we were there. We spent 2 full days in Joshua Tree, which I highly recommend, especially if you have kids. There's a lot of really fun bouldering that they can do. Spin and Margie's was a great hotel, a lot of great places to hang out outside and inside. We met another family for this part of the trip, and we had rooms next to each other, and the kids had a great time being outside in the outdoor areas and being able to go in and out of each other's cabins and rooms. It's a very nice little resort. We visited in late July. One thing to know about Joshua Tree in this time is that is the low season because it's incredibly hot. We were lucky as it wasn't as hot as it usually is, but it still gets around 100 degrees at least, and the lows are only like 75. We had breakfast both mornings we were there at the Crossroads Cafe. I highly recommend this little restaurant. It is one of the restaurants that is open during the low season, but it's very tasty and a very cute little restaurant as well. The biggest thing to remember when going into Joshua Tree to spend time is to take water. They recommend 2 gallons per person, and food. We took a giant cooler of water, and everybody refilled their water bottles throughout the day, and definitely sun protection all the time, but especially in July. We started off the morning by hiking the Skull Rock Trail and checking out the boulders there. Lots of boulder scrambling for all of us, and took the Discovery Trail to connect over to the Split Rock Loop, where we ate lunch at a picnic spot there. The morning of climbing around on the boulders and enjoying the views and just having a lot of fun together. Joshua Tree is actually desert ecosystems meet the Mojave and the Colorado, so it makes for an interesting mix of vegetation. It's named for a tree that you can see in a few of these pictures called the Joshua Tree, which is actually a giant member of the lily family. After lunch, we headed over to the Chala Cactus Garden, which is a densely concentrated group of Chala cactuses. Very pretty. I think sometimes of the years they're all in bloom and it's very colorful as well, but in late July, not so much. After the Chala Cactus Garden, we went up to Keys View. Up at Keys View, they have a great view of several of the local mountains, as well as the San Andreas Fault and the Salton Sea. You could see for miles. It was a beautiful day to be up there and to see how far we could see. On the last day, we spent most of the day in Hidden Valley. It's a trail that runs through a valley that was rumored to once be used by cattle ranchers to hide cattle. It's basically a rock-enclosed valley, and the trail goes around the perimeter of it. There were some great spots for the kids to climb on the boulders and just enjoy hanging out and exploring a bit. So we took our time on this trail and really just enjoyed being together. On the way out of town, we stopped at the Oasis of Mara and visited that spot, and then headed out and drove to Anaheim, about 2.5 hours to Anaheim, for the next segment of our trip, which was to visit Disneyland.